Our planet is changing, and not in a good way, like into a butterfly or a giant magic shoe. And we're all to blame. I'm talking about climate change. 19 centuries ago, there was an industrial revolution which used coals. Coals is a fossil fuel, which means setting fire to dinosaurs. It's this dirty dinosaur gas which has been blamed for climate change. What's more, so many dinosaurs were burned for steam trains that nowadays there's almost no dinosaurs left. Rising temperatures are a worldwide problem. Experts say they're responsible for making the North Poles melt, meaning too much sea. Not everyone wants to live in the sea. You don't have to be a scientist to know that. You just have to have seen The Little Mermaid. She hated it. The government says we need to cut our greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. But if, like me, you don't have a greenhouse, they say you can reduce your carbon footprint by not flying and walking more. But my feet swell up when I walk, which is why I came here in a car.
Climate change, what a crock.
That's made up by a bunch of sissy scientists. Wait a minute. Something's different here in the David Tan podcast studio.
Yeah, you're here.
I'm live. I'm here.
Yeah, Tommy Milagro finally made it back from Sacramento, California.
Yeah, that's right. I have returned from Sacramento. I have journeyed along the highways of the Fury Road.
Welcome back to the Hellscape.
Yes, and I was almost ready to be McFeasting with the heroes of Valhalla on the Fury Road, but I made it here. Please hold your applause. Hold your applause. There's no need to discuss my bravery here.
Yeah, it's only like 102 right now outside. It's a hellscape, but it's a dry hellscape.
Yes. Well, and it's important to know that where I was in Sacramento, there was humidity, so that might as well be 110. So can you tell I've lost some weight afterwards? It's like...
Sure, yeah. Did you sweat that shit out?
Every day, ever since, so... It was a dry heat, man.
All right, cool. TV10 Podcast episode 0456.
That's right. 456 episodes. You had to deal with me, and that's Tommy Milagro, and this guy, Bill Frost, over there.
Yeah, still doing it. We're still doing this thing.
Why we're doing this is beyond us, and oh yeah, that's right, because there is a strike now, and now...
Yeah, very, very soon we'll have nothing to talk about, really.
Well, actually, we'll have to pivot to something more important, like...
Wrestling?
Well...
Just make it a complete wall-to-wall wrestling podcast?
If by that you mean politics? Yeah,
yeah,
it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, the strike, and we got actors and writers now.
Yep.
So things are just getting worse.
Yep. Well, worse or better, workers of the world unite. Either way, it is happening.
I stand with Fran Drescher.
You never thought you would say those words, huh?
Oh, I've always stood with Fran Drescher.
Okay. I am curious to see what's going to happen in the next week or two, and I guess this is like the first time both the Writers Guild and the Screen Actors Guild have both went on strike at the same time. I guess the first time... As I was listening to NPR.
Oh, really? NPR?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
The last time this happened was in sorry, I'm not doing my NPR voice.
Do your NPR voice.
This is the first time that the Writers Guild and the Screen Actors Guild had struck since 1960. This is NPR.
Oh, lovely.
Did I get the right monotone right?
Yeah, you got that done. You got that done pretty well.
All right, great.
Yeah. So, in the meantime, who are we drinking this week?
Well, first of all, because I'm back from Sacramento and not slumming it in some store, which I could get some liquor on a Sunday. It was so tough.
Did you get your scratchers?
I did. I won nothing. And thankfully, when I got home, first thing I did was stop by our good friends at Outlaw Distillery.
Yay.
Over in Midvale. And look at this. It's some vanilla bean rum.
Yeah, mixes nicely with some cola.
This would be a Coke Zero because, we're pretty much close to the type 2 diabetes. And this is just a nice vanilla rum and Coke because it's like a vanilla Coke, only more alcohol-y.
Yeah, very nice.
Can you feel it already?
Very summery, yes.
Yes.
It's very nice.
We could have gone with a mojito, but I was like, nah, that's just too fancy as fuck. Also, I forgot how time works here in Utah.
You also forgot basically how fucking hot it would be outside. And it's like, I don't want to go out there if I don't have to.
Yeah. Well, no, I did remember that much. I was like, let me just watch a little bit of the Wimbledon. And
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
How posh.
Oh, it was very wonderful there with the king and queen, and of course, Her Majesty was in great form, I must tell you.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm saying it like Matt Berry, but it works. And we'll talk about it a little bit more when we get to sports, but I have to say, as soon as that happened, I was like, I feel like I need some refreshing sun outside. Jesus Christ, it's burning me.
You don't want to go out there. No,
Good
no.
God. And I'm browner than you. That's the thing.
Much more so, yeah.
God, that's the thing that killed me.
You're even browner than the chosen Jesus.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what's scary at this point, so
we got some new stuff coming up this week.
Oh, wait, there's still shows happening?
Yeah, let me tell you all about them.
Oh, break it down, sir.
Also, I think we have something in the mailbag you need to get to.
We'll take care of that in the C block.
Okay, Tuesday, tomorrow, the day after this episode drops, the new Justified City Primeval. Raylan Givens, 15 years later, takes it to Detroit. Here's the deal.
All right, break it down.
He moved from Kentucky to Miami.
Like you do.
And he's raising his teen daughter there. Mm-hmm. Teen daughter played by his Timothy Oliphant's actual daughter.
Oh, shit, that was his actual daughter.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That'd be Vivian Oliphant. She's 15.
Wow. Vivian?
Yep.
All right. We all make mistakes as parents when naming kids.
Hey, that was my mom's name.
Wait, are you being serious?
I'm totally serious.
Well, okay. Great choice for a name.
She's long dead, though, so don't worry about it.
I'm just going to leave it be right there.
So he moves from Kentucky to Miami, but then a chance encounter with a desperado on the road leads him to Detroit, to where he is now tracking down the Oklahoma wild man. So there's just a lot of fucking geography going on here.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's more states than I care to remember.
Yeah, so this is taking a story. This is also an Elmore Leonard story. City Primeval was, but Raylan Givens was not the main character of that story, so they've kind of switched it up a bit.
They kind of reconfigured and rejiggered it.
So he is the main character.
Okay.
And it's a limited series. I think it's about 8 episodes long.
So there's no chance that we're going to get a few seasons out of this. This is just
maybe. Depends if a lot of people watch it. Also depends if we have any writers and actors working.
So, in other words, it will be a limited series.
Yes, very limited, yeah.
Okay.
And also on Tuesday on Vice, by the way, City Primeval, that's on FX and Hulu. On Vice on Tuesday, this Dark Side docuseries franchise just keeps going. So now we're looking at the Dark Side of the 2000s, which is going to be helpful to me because I don't remember much of the early 2000s.
You weren't missing much. Let's not lie.
So we're going to relive the days of John and Kate Plus 8, Total Request Live,
Ew.
Trainwreck Lindsay Lohan,
Ugh.
TMZ, the rise of the news, what we call the news now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all this, and it doesn't get much more 2000s than this, narrated by Sugar Ray's Mark McGrath.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. So he's still a thing again.
Yeah, still a thing.
Well, Considering Chris Jericho is narrating Dark Side of Wrestling, I mean,
This all makes sense.
yeah, this works out for me.
Also, another docuseries premiering on Tuesday. This one's on Paramount Plus called I Want to Rock the 80s Metal Dream. Now, I just want to make it clear that the definitive hair metal documentary was and always will be The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years.
See, I was going to go with Anvil. I thought that was the definitive.
Well, that one's definitive to one band.
Ah.
This one, Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, it came out in 1988, and it pretty much covered it all.
Okay.
So this series, we're going to be talking to people like Skid Row, Twisted Sister, Winger, Vixen, and for some reason, The Scream. Because you've heard of the first four, at least a little bit.
The last one...
The Scream was so fucking obscure. They made one album. John Corabi was the singer, and he went on to replace Vince Neil in Motley Crue for about a minute.
Okay.
But, yeah, I don't know why The Scream is in here. I don't know why we didn't go with Faster Pussycat.
See, and I'm thinking to myself, this feels like something out of Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll with Dennis Leary.
A little bit, yeah.
Does it have that vibe to it, or?
Well, it is a documentary, but, I do remember I interviewed Kip Winger of Winger once on the phone.
Oh shit! Really?
Got his head so far up his own ass, it's ridiculous.
So
he thinks he's a classical musician when he's writing songs about fucking teenagers.
So on a scale of 1 to Gene Simmons, where does he land? On the spectrum?
He's not a Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons is in on the joke while he cashes the checks.
So basically, he's a 6.
Yeah, Kip Winger believes his own bullshit.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't think Gene Simmons totally believes his own bullshit.
But at the same time, this is the man that will say, we do need a coffin.
Yeah.
Designed with the Kiss logo.
The Kiss coffin. Oh my God. Dimebag Darrell was buried in one. True story.
Oh, seriously?
Yes, he was. He was such a big fan of Kiss that he was buried in a Kiss coffin.
Oh, this is more metal than everybody has ever expected to on this episode. You're welcome. We're not sorry.
Yeah. On Wednesday, a documentary movie on Netflix called The Deepest Breath. This is about free diving, the street to where competitors will dive as deep into the ocean as possible with no gear.
What?
Yeah, no gear.
Okay.
They go as deep as they can possibly without blacking out or dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
But nobody dies, really.
Well, I think some have. But this one focuses on an Italian champion, Alessia Zacchini. And she's going to prepare to travel through an 80-foot-long tunnel that is 180 feet below the surface of the Red Sea.
What?
Yep.
Okay. And are we just really hoping somebody dies on this show? Is that what it's boiling down to?
Well, we're not doing it live, so I don't know.
We're doing it live!
We're not doing it live. Thursday, July 20th, Tacoma FD Season 4.
Okay.
Very funny show. It's from the Broken Lizard Super Troopers people.
Yep. And somebody's laughing at this, and somebody's enjoying this.
I am. I like it.
You're the one that's watching it.
I think it's pretty damn funny.
Okay.
It's so stupid.
Yes, it is. But is it Miracle Workers End Time stupid?
Oh, that's a different kind of stupid.
That goes without saying right there, doesn't it?
Yeah. And, the old laptop that has been with the TV10 podcast for... See, we got 2 laptops running here. We got one for recording, one for me reading stuff.
Yeah.
This one is about 6 to 7 years old, maybe 8 now.
Okay.
And it is on its last legs. It will just shut off randomly.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then it'll just say, okay, I'm going to take about 5 minutes to restart. Yeah.
I'm taking a 5. Just fuck off
It
here.
might be time to retire this motherfucker, but I'll go on with the list here because I have it in my formerly never nicotine-stained fingers.
Yeah, that's the important thing that you got it printed out right there.
You got it on paper.
Just out of curiosity, what type of computer is this?
It's an HP.
Okay, then fucking retire it, just blow it up, and I'm just going to say...
So is this one.
But I would say just take it out like the Ghetto Boys song and just take a bat to it.
Office Space it.
Just Office Space a motherfucker.
Okay, going on to Friday, July 21st. The movie has been completed for almost 2 years now. It's just been sitting around waiting for a release date. Netflix, they cloned Tyrone.
They cloned Tyrone.
Yeah, it's starring John Boyega, Teyonah Parris, and Jamie Foxx. It's about a vast government conspiracy where they're cloning black people.
Okay. And
None of these people are named Tyrone, by the way, main characters.
okay.
So I don't know what's going on here.
So first of all, it's Finn from Star Wars and Jamie Foxx from everything.
And Teyonah Parris was John Draper's secretary on Mad Men.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to give this faith that this is going to be successful.
It's a movie, so they don't have to drag it out as a series. But it's sort of a blaxploitation meets sci-fi thing. It's been said to have a bit of a sorry to bother you feel to it from Boots Riley.
Ooh.
So that's good.
But who directed this is my question.
That I don't have a name for. Nobody you really know, but this could be the update on Undercover Brother we've been waiting for.
Wow.
Remember Undercover Brother?
I do.
Dr. White
Eddie
does.
Griffin.
Dr. White does. What? She-Devil.
Is that your indication we need to bring Dr. White back into the studio?
Maybe, if he wants to check this show out and tell us what he thinks about it.
All right. Dr. White, you have homework now, even though it's summer, and you're probably on vacation. Nope, you're not on vacation with TV Tan Podcast, sir.
No.
We need you to review this and give us your honest feedback. Just let us know when you will be available for the month of August. Is August a good time? I mean...
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So, just know that is your homework, sir. You got to just start working on that right there. Oh, and did you get something in the on the crypto, on the messenger and
this thing is still fucked here, but I'll go on here. Also on Friday, season 2 of Minx. Remember the iHeart Dix saga of TV Tan Podcast?
Oh, who can forget that?
Yeah, it was mostly about that show Minx. It was canceled over at Max.
Naturally.
There was a second season already completed, and they said, "Nah, we don't want it." And so Starz picked it up.
Oh.
So you can watch the first season of Minx, which is very good. And the second season is coming up on Friday. This is a story of a young woman in 1970s LA who wants to launch the first erotic magazine for women.
Yeah, it's Playgirl, but
Playgirl does exist in this universe, though.
Oh, it does.
Playgirl came out before they did.
Ooh.
So they're playing catch up.
All right.
But theirs is a little different. So this is Olivia Lovabond and Jake Johnson. He's a sketchy porn publisher who says, I'll publish your magazine.
What could go wrong?
He's like, why would I want to work with you? Because I got contacts everywhere. That's why I can publish your fucking magazine.
I got contacts everywhere.
So this show has so much full frontal male nudity.
Okay. So
how much full frontal male nudity?
How much full frontal nudity, sir?
2 dicks for every girl.
I don't think that's our title here, but
that's a Beach Boys song, isn't it?
I don't know, but just out of curiosity, have you already used Dicks Ahoy as a title?
Maybe.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, season 2 launches on Friday.
Okay.
And also, there's a new series. Freeform has a new animated series that looks really fucking weird. It's called Praise Petey.
Okay.
This is
so many things wrong with that.
The main character is voiced by Annie Murphy from Schitt's Creek and Kevin Can Fuck Himself.
Oh, okay.
And the latest season of Black Mirror, which is not that good. I've mentioned that last week. The new season of Black Mirror, meh.
So basically, this latest episode is sort of a fuck that show?
No.
No, we're not.
There is one really good episode in the middle of the new Black Mirror season. There's one starring Aaron Paul and the other guy. Okay. I forgot his name already.
Okay.
Josh Hartnett.
Oh.
They play astronauts.
No shit. Yeah. Josh Hartnett was dug out of mothballs?
Yeah, it's Aaron Paul, Josh Hartnett, and Kate Mara.
All right.
And it's a good one out of the meh batch of episodes. But anyway, getting back to this Praise Petey show, it's a cartoon where a New York socialite inherits her father's. Well, her father's dies. Mm-hmm. Her father, voiced by Stephen Root, of course.
Yeah.
She finds out that what she inherits back in her small hometown is his cult.
Like you do.
His little comet worshipping doomsday cult.
Okay, what in the name of Heaven's Gate's going on in that?
Yeah, so it's a whole town called New Utopia. So she decides, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to move back. I'm going to move back home, and I'm going to shape this cult up.
Yeah.
I'm going to move this cult into the 21st century. We're going to streamline this.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. So also Christine Baranski and John Cho are voices on that. That's on Freeform and Hulu on Friday.
Okay.
And coming up on Sunday, Taylor Sheridan, Mr. Guy who pretty much, he's cranked out fucking 6 new shows in 5 years at Paramount Plus.
He's Mr. Paramount at this point.
Yeah, so this latest one is called Special Ops Lioness. It's based on a real life CIA program that trains female operatives to go undercover.
Okay.
And so Zoe Saldana, station chief, recruits a young female recruit to infiltrate a terrorist organization. Also in here are Nicole Kidman and Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
So they got some names here.
You got some serious names. But here's my question. Because the strike's going on, and obviously...
This was already completed, so...
Yeah, well, here's the thing, because...
Think we should be holding on to this stuff?
Well, here's the thing. I was listening to before we came into the TV10 studio here.
You listen to NPR again.
I'm sorry. Sometimes they report the news.
That's TMZ. Don't get NPR mixed up with TMZ.
The point is that they, because of the strike going on, no actors can promote any shows.
Yeah.
So is this going to be one of those they're swept under the rug sort of deals, or? I only ask just because...
Well, there's no talk shows for these people to go on, so...
Well, and there's also no red carpets they can travel to. And I'm reading here, like, Matt Damon and Killian Murphy, they walked off of Oppenheimer's premiere and just said, nope, fuck it, we got to stick with the actors. So, how badly...
But the thing is, they showed up for it.
They showed up, and then they said... We're fucking gone, so deal with it.
So it's like, oh, look at us. Oh.
Yeah. We're here, and...
They didn't have to show up.
It's one of those weird things. It's like, they showed up, and then they said, hey, thank you for all showing up. Now we're going to get the fuck off so we can support the actors. It's one of those weird things, and I'm going, is this going to hurt everybody? Other show that's coming up, like the masterpiece of all time, Barbie? I mean, I never thought I'd say those words.
Yeah, well, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling have no talk shows to go on to, really, to promote anything. Well, I guess the daytime stuff is still happening. So, theoretically, they could go on, like, Good Morning America and shit like that.
They could, but
they're not going to.
Because, I guess, if you're with SAG or with the WGA, you can't promote anything.
Right.
Also, as we say here at TV10 Podcast, when it comes to daytime shows, ew.
Ew is right, yeah. I think writers and actors can still appear on podcasts. Yeah.
So basically, you're saying this is a boon for us?
This is good for us.
All right. Finally, those Deezer dollars are cashing in.
Yeah, so if you want to promote your new movie, Margot Robbie, you know where to go.
And Ryan Gosling, if you want to bring your six-pack abs, just park it down here.
Yeah.
We are the people you need to reach out to. Never thought I'd say those words. Here we are.
Yeah, I got some. Also, I guess we have to do some obligatory Emmy talk here.
Do we?
Well,
why?
Okay, here's some nominees. Okay.
All right.
Then you won't be so about it.
It's the Emmys, so it's a natural.
Drama series. Here are your nominations.
Yes.
Andor, Better Call Saul, The Crown, House of the Dragon, The Last of Us, Succession, and The White Lotus, and also Yellow Jackets.
Just give them all the awards. That's all.
Give them all, like the Special Olympics.
Doesn't matter.
Everybody gets a medal.
Everybody gets a medal. They all deserve it.
Okay, that's a solid wall-to-wall list there, right? Comedy series.
Uh-huh.
Abbott Elementary, Barry, The Bear, Jury Duty, which is a show we've never talked about. Yeah. Because I haven't watched it, but it's something to watch. It's on Freevee, Amazon Freevee.
Yeah, okay.
It's sort of a prank show, but not really, where a guy thinks he's on jury duty,
and then
but he's not.
Yeah.
And one of the people in the jury is James Marsden, as James Marsden.
I did see little snippets of that of late.
Also, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and Only Murders in the Building. See, solid wall to wall. Also, Ted Lasso on Wednesday.
Okay, two questions. And this is the big one. The Bear as a comedy series?
I know, right?
That's some bullshit
That
right
seems
there.
kind of weird.
That's some Golden Globes bullshit where they tried to make The Martian a comedy series nominee. No, that doesn't fly with me.
Limited series. Beef. Ali Wong, Stephen Yuen.
Okay.
I see that.
Yeah.
Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good. Daisy Jones and the Six. Fleischman is in trouble. And Obi-Wan Kenobi. No.
Yeah.
No. We kind of lose some momentum in that category there.
Yeah, and I love Ewan McGregor, but that wasn't the strongest Star Wars sequel.
Lead actor in a drama series. Jeff Bridges for The Old Man.
Yes.
Brian Cox for Succession. Kieran Culkin for Succession.
Yes.
Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul.
Give it to him.
Pedro Pascal for The Last of Us. And Jeremy Strong for Succession.
Okay, just give it to Odenkirk. He fucking deserves it.
Yeah.
You know it, Hollywood. Fucking give him the award.
Best actress in a drama series. Sharon Horgan for Bad Sisters. Melanie Linsky for Yellow Jackets. Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale. Bella Ramsey for The Last of Us. Kerry Russell for The Diplomat. And Sarah Snook for Succession.
Now, has Elizabeth Moss already won?
I'm pretty sure she has.
Then we just need to give it to, what was the person from Yellow Jackets? What was her name?
Melanie Linsky.
Give it to her.
Okay.
She deserves it.
Lead actor in a comedy series. Bill Hader, Barry. Jason Segel for Shrinking. Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building. Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso, and Jeremy Allen White, The Bear.
And again, Sudeikis has already won or no?
I think he has.
I'm
going to say Bill Hader.
Yeah, that's why that's why I was kind of hesitating, because between Hader and Sudeikis, it's like that's a toss-up right there.
Lead actress in a comedy series, Christina Applegate for Dead to Me. Rachel Brosnahan, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Quinta Brunson, or Quinta, we never got that right.
It's Quinta.
Abbott Elementary, Natasha Lyonne for Poker Face, and Jenna Ortega for Wednesday.
Ooh.
Natasha Lyonne.
Nope. I'm going to back up there because Christina Applegate.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like a sympathy vote, and I'm sorry, but considering all the work that she's done, and she's probably not going to act again live, give it to her.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
Lead actor in a limited series or movie, Taron Egerton for Black Bird. Kumail Nanjiani for Welcome to Chippendales. Evan Peters for Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Michael Shannon for George and Tammy, and Stephen Yuen for Beef.
I'm going to give it to Stephen Yuen. I think he needs that one.
Lead actress in a limited series or movie, Lizzie Kaplan, Fleischman is in Trouble. Jessica Chastain, George and Tammy. Dominique Fishback for Swarm. Catherine Hahn, Tiny Beautiful Things. Riley Keough, Daisy Jones and the Six. And Ali Wong for Beef. I'm going to go Ali Wong.
I kind of want to give it to Riley Keough.
Okay.
I think, tell me your reason for...
She did learn how to sing.
There's that, and as for your pick, why do you want to pick, what was the name?
Ali Wong.
Oh, Ali Wong?
For Beef. She was so fucking good in that.
Okay, that's a coin toss right there between those two.
Yeah.
You have to admit that.
Supporting actor in a comedy series, Anthony Carrigan, Barry, just give it to him. Batty. Phil Dunster for Ted Lasso. Brett Goldstein, Ted Lasso. James Marsden, Jury Duty. Ebon Moss-Bachrach, The Bear. And Tyler James Williams, Abbott Elementary. Oh, and also Henry Winkler for Barry.
Winkler already won. He's good.
Yeah.
Everybody else, fair game. Who do you want to choose out of that field?
Anthony Carrigan.
Okay. I would agree with that.
Supporting actress in a comedy series, Alex Borstein, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Eobi Edeberry. I got that wrong. The Bear, Janelle James, Abbott Elementary, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Abbott Elementary, Juno Temple, Ted Lasso, Hannah Waddingham, Ted Lasso, and Jessica Williams, Shrinking.
Shit. That's a tough field. I want to give it to Juno Temple just because.
Yep.
But what was the first name in that field again?
Alex Borstein, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Has she won? I want to say that she has.
Probably.
Okay. So
supporting actor in a drama series. F. Murray Abraham for The White Lotus. Nicholas Braun for Succession.
Okay.
Cousin Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Imperioli, The White Lotus. Theo James, The White Lotus. Matthew McFadden, Succession. Tom. Alan Ruck, Succession.
Okay.
Will Sharp, The White Lotus, and Alexander Skarsgård, Succession. He was such a douchebag.
I would say just choose anybody from Succession. You're not going to be wrong there.
Supporting actress in a drama series, Jennifer Coolidge, The White Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Debicki, The Crown. Megan Fahey, The White Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina Impacatior, The White Lotus.
Okay.
Aubrey Plaza, The White Lotus. Rhea Seehorn, Better Call Saul. J. Smith Cameron, Succession. And Simona Tabasco, The White Lotus.
Because we are fans of Aubrey Plaza, yeah, just give it to her.
Yep. Supporting actor in a limited series or movie, Murray Bartlett, Welcome to Chippendales.
Yep.
Paul Walter Hauser, Blackbird. Richard Jenkins, Dahmer Monster. Joseph Lee, Beef. Ray Liotta, Blackbird. Young Mazzino, Beef. And Jesse Plemons, Love and Death.
Ooh, that's a tough field right there.
Thing is, Elizabeth Olsen, I don't believe, was nominated for Love and Death.
Oh, that's right.
Weird.
Okay.
But Jesse Plemons was? That didn't make a lot of sense there.
Maybe Jesse's got some pull in that field. Who knows? Or it's maybe a holdover from his acting tour de farce in Fargo. Let's be honest.
Oh, God, this is a goddamn bunch of more actors. I'm just going to skip down to a variety talk series. This is basically your talk shows. The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, R.I.P., Jimmy Kimmel Live, Late Night with Seth Meyers, Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and The Problem with Jon Stewart.
The Problem.
Really? I was going to go with Seth Meyers.
Well, I mean, I could go with The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, but, it's dead. A bigger question. Where are we on the list?
Yeah.
Where's our podcast?
Best TV podcast. I don't see the category here.
God damn it.
Weird.
Once again, Hollywood. Why won't you recognize us?
Here's an interesting one. Outstanding television movie. They still make those. Dolly Parton's Magic Mountain Christmas for NBC.
Yep.
Fire Island for Hulu. Hocus Pocus 2 for Disney Plus.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be tough between these final two here. Prey for Hulu.
Ooh.
Which was so fucking good.
Yeah.
And Weird, the Al Yankovic story for the Roku channel.
Okay, there's only really two challengers between Weird and Prey. How do you pick? Hold on. Let me flip a coin here. I got my virtual coin here. Give me a second. So, what do you say? Heads for Prey, tails for Weird Al?
Yes.
Okay, I'm flipping it right now. TV Damn Podcast says it's heads, so it's Prey, Amber, Mid-Thunder, all the fucking way, baby.
Cool. All right.
So our TV10 coin never lies.
That's enough about the Emmys. I think it's time for some goddamn sports to get all this Holly weird talk out of our systems.
In that case, hit the goddamn music, sir.
And sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we are live and in your fucking face with the sport of professional wrestling. So, it's been a while since you and I had a chat face to face about professional wrestling.
Wasn't there some fuckery on a AEW or WWE program within the last couple of weeks? Well, I saw something about that. Behind the scenes fuckery.
That covers a lot of fucking ground. So you want to be more specific?
Well, someone actually wrote a news piece about it. It was that significant that.
Again, you're going to have to be more specific.
I believe it was about WWE putting on a sloppy job with Raw.
Again, gonna have to be more specific.
Okay, well.
So
apparently someone thought it warranted a news piece about it.
Unless it's with SlamWrestling.net.
Oh, I can't trust it then.
Yeah, exactly.
This was not from Slam.
And you can't trust it because it wasn't written by me because I have an MBA.
Oh, fine.
You set yourself up for that. You have nobody to blame but yourself.
I do not know.
But let us tune into Impact Wrestling. They're still a thing.
Still a thing.
They're still hard to kill.
What channel are they on again?
They are on Access TV, sir. That's AXS for everybody involved, which you can only get on Dish and, as I found out DirecTV.
DirecTV, yeah.
So they're still a thing. Oh, but why can't I get it on Xfinity? You answered your own question there. Anyway, so not.
I think you can also get it on Sling.
You can, if you really, really pay for it.
If you really want to.
Yeah. But some interesting things. So they had their Slammiversary pay-per-view not too long ago. So a couple of interesting title changes. For the X Division title, it was Leo Rush, who is now your X Division champion. And for the main event, it was Nick Aldis versus the current Impact Wrestling champion. That is Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley retained the title. And it's an interesting thing because Aldis, who recently was the NWA champion and just came back to Impact Wrestling. Shelley hits a DDT on the belt. The belt got thrown into the ring, and Shelley nailed a DDT on Aldis on the belt. That was somehow in the ring and hits a shell shock for the win. So he is still your Impact Wrestling champion. So that is the development right there. Now, how Aldis reacts to that is a different story here. But that also brings us to some other news that's going on in Slam Wrestling. Let's see if I can pull that up here. It's going to take a moment. It's kind of like it's kind of like your HP computer. It's like it wants to play along.
By the way, it is still trying to start up.
Is it still?
Yeah, it's still trying to restart.
Jesus Christ! I'm looking.
It's on its second restart now.
Okay, and it's like we're still waiting. Just be patient. Why don't you?
Please stand by.
Yeah. But I will say that there's some other things coming up, and that is Heels is going to be appearing on Stars next week.
Yeah.
That's July 28th. So now's a good time as any to start subscribing, people. And
Stars?
Yeah. Stars with a Z here, ladies and gentlemen. And also, speaking of Impact for a second here, Impact announced that New Japan Pro Wrestling's IWGP World Champion Sanada will be part of their Emergence event. That'll be on August 27th. I won't be around because I'm going to be in St. Louis, Missouri.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to be there for NWA 75.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to be hobnobbing it with the stars of the National Wrestling Alliance. But don't worry, I will be kind enough to make an appearance. It'll have to be late at night because, I'm going to be there as part of SlamWrestling.net because, I have an MBA.
They're only sending MBAs?
Might as well be, as far as you know. But also...
That doesn't sound right, but okay.
Really? You're going to disparage that degree a little bit? I mean, come on. Just play along with it.
Okay,
least.
so they were at the SlamWrestling.net bullpen.
Yes.
Okay, we need somebody who's got an MBA. See, we got a big story happening out in St. Louis.
I can do it there, Greg. I can do it. I'm nearby. I'm in America. So...
We're sending you out toot sweet.
All right, I got my pass here, and I got my my press pass in my hat.
Get that scoop.
Yep, I got a boss. Don't worry about it.
And get me pictures of Spider-Man.
Can't help you with that, Greg. John, I'm gonna do everything I can to help out with that. Oh, if they hear this, I know I'm probably gonna be fired, but whatever.
Stop the presses.
But in somewhat real news in the way of sports, this came from ESPN. AEW's Jon Moxley won his division in a jiu-jitsu tournament on Saturday in Ohio. Moxley took home the gold in the men's beginners, 30 years old and up, no gi. That means no wrestling or no karate shirt involved.
Uh-huh.
Division at super heavyweight. That's 225 to 249.9 pounds tournament. The tournament was the NAGA Cincinnati Grappling Championship. So, congratulations to John Moxley for that. Also, let's see here. And this happened on All Elite Wrestling. I was going historic on the Fury Road, so I didn't get to recap this for SlamWrestling.net. But apparently, the big matches on Collision and Battle of the Belts were that FTR defended their AEW world titles at in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, against Bullet Club Gold, consisting of Jay White and Juice Robinson in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Apparently, that was the highlight of the evening in Calgary.
You know what I like about Collision?
What do you like?
It's just delightfully old school. I feel like I'm watching in the 80s.
That's kind of the point that they're trying to make there. Now, apparently their ratings hasn't reflected that, but
well, it's Saturday night.
Well, there's that part, but here's the other part that it just came on very recently in in the late half of June, and then they were dealing with 4th of July weekend. Is there any other factors that you could see?
Well, it being summer and it being Saturday night, neither of those are working in their favor.
For now.
But I think it'll pick up.
So when do you think it'll pick up? Like at around...
In the fall, maybe?
So
maybe September.
Okay, so after August, we should see an uptick in the ratings, essentially? Because, honestly, they have had some great matches of late. Speaking of which, on that same Collision episode, we saw the winner of the Owen Hart Finals Tournament. We saw in the women's division, it was Willow Nightingale defeated Ruby Soho to be the winner of the Owen Hart tournament. And in the men's division, it was Ricky Starks versus CM Punk. And first of all, did you hear a lot of the yay boo crowd in Calgary?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When it came to CM Punk?
Yeah.
I thought it was an isolated incident in Toronto, but holy fuck, were they out.
Does Canada in general just not like CM Punk?
I think... That's a good question, because Toronto has normally shunned certain people. The last time this shit happened was Hulk Hogan versus The Rock at WrestleMania 17, and they booed the shit out of The Rock. And they cheered on Hulk Hogan when he was doing his New World Order shit.
All right.
And again, I thought it was an isolated incident, but now I'm kind of wondering... I wonder what's happening here with CM Punk. But he played along with it. He played the heel, and he lost in decisive fashion. And Ricky Starks, he is now the winner of the Owen Hart Foundation championships.
All right.
So with that said, a lot of momentum going to those two individuals, and more is going to happen for it. Why? Because it's sports.
And sports. So Tommy Milagro, go team.
So much sports that happened.
And do you have that listener mailbag?
I am diving into it because I know we're in the C block here of the TV Dan podcast.
Yeah, seamlessly moving right into the C block. Yeah. And I know Ted's been hitting us up again.
Well, this is the first time in a while that he's hit us up here. So first of all, and you could always reach out to us either via Twitter or Facebook, all TV Tan. You could reach out to us by our Gmail, TV Tan Podcast. But Ted Hansen,
Instagram,
maybe
Threads,
definitely not Threads for right now. But Ted Hansen went old school with Facebook, and he said, "I wish more people would watch Lucky Hank." Or
Lucky Hank on AMC. That's me and Ted are the two people who watch that show. Maybe Bob Odenkirk did too.
yeah, or should I say, I wish more people would prefer a show like Lucky Hank over F-Boy Island. Well, that goes without saying.
I watched F-Boy Island. It has its merits, but Lucky Hank is definitely a better, much better show for sure.
And there's a reason why we would say Lucky Hank is better, because no Nikki Glazer, at least
What's wrong with Nikki Glazer?
nothing, nothing except there's not enough Nikki Glazer in F-Boy Island.
No, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're not saying there's just Nikki Glazer. There's just not enough Nikki Glazer.
That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
you know, the show is moving to the CW.
What, Lucky Hank or
No.
F-Boy Island?
F-Boy Island. I'd love to see Lucky Hank on the CW, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
No, F-Boy Island will be on the CW this fall.
Okay, and
Yeah. So what we're saying, people, is go to AMC Plus and watch Lucky Hank. It's about 8 episodes. Very, very good series. A lot of he's a college professor, head of the English department, and he's just basically pushing the limits of his tenure. He's fucking had it, basically, and he's not above telling anybody, "Fuck you." Yeah.
But and again, even though we've seen this show before with what was Jim Carrey's show on Showtime? It was
Kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, this is nothing like Kidding.
No, it's
No,
tamer.
Jim Carrey was on that show. He was a kids show host, not an English professor.
No. Although
So
he was teaching.
yeah, you're way the fuck out there on the limb here, I guess.
I know. I'm stretching the boundaries here.
Stretching it out,
Stretching it out.
Speaking of fall fuckery, most of the ABC and Fox have come out and said, here's our fall schedule. It's pretty much all reality shows and game shows.
Do we need to talk
Except
about
for
it?
some Bob's Burgers and a couple of other animated series, because apparently they have such a massive backlog that, you know, they can carry on with Bob's Burgers new episodes for a while.
Did they anticipate this ahead of the writers and
No,
actors
this is just
strike?
the way it always is.
Okay.
They always have like plenty of episodes banked.
Bigger question: do we really need to talk about them? I mean, other than Bob's Burgers, I mean. Do we
Yeah,
need to
but
talk
here's
about
something
them?
that's happening. I
Okay.
believe this is happening pretty soon, actually.
Oh,
The Disney Plus series Ms. Marvel, they're going to show it on ABC.
okay,
It's going to be part of the wonderful world of Disney.
okay. Now, is this an animated thing?
No,
or-
it's the actual Ms. Marvel series from Disney Plus, the
Okay.
live action one from earlier this year.
Okay, that
They're repurposing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the difference right there.
Yeah.
This is different from the Marvels that should happen sometime.
It's right now it's happening in November.
Okay.
That could change
Because of a lot of factors right
because
there.
a lot of shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we still have Secret Invasion.
Or as I'm calling it, the Skrull who came in from the cold. Honest to God, it
Yeah,
has got that vibe.
It's not bad. It's not your average Marvel thing for sure.
Yeah, but it's definitely got a spy vibe.
Is it like Andor to Star Wars, as is Secret Invasion to Marvel?
That's kind of how I'm
Kind
feeling.
of like
with
that,
it.
yeah.
I mean, I said it before. I called it Tinker and/or Rebel Spy.
Yeah.
See, kids, what I'm trying to allude to is that John Le Carre,
Sure. Let's go with that.
wrote a lot of spy novels like Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy,
Yep.
and The Spy Who Came In From the Cold.
Yep.
And this is why I'm trying to repurpose them for the Marvel brand. And now you know the rest of the story. So, all right, I think I covered a lot of that literary ground right there. Even though it involves a lot of books. Ew, books? Why are you talking about books? Well, they also got purposed into movies as well. Oh, movies? Well, limited editions.
Movies.
But still, it's the same deal.
Yeah. I want to give a plug for the app, very inexpensive app called Night Flight.
Oh, that's a thing?
Oh, yeah.
And to be fair, if you're in Utah, no, not the comic book store that went under. But
Yeah. No,
Night Flight's still a whole different thing.
Night Flight was a USA Network Friday night programming block that a lot of us Gen Xers kind of, if we weren't yet old enough to drink, we could kick back with Night Flight, like 3 hours of just music videos, weird shit.
Oh yeah.
It was great. So now there's a Night Flight app that has a lot of that programming on it, and also a lot of weird ass movies.
God, there were.
And also they have like certain select episodes of the original Night Flights. Like, here it is, the whole 3 hour block with commercials and everything. You can live it all over again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
It was the closest thing we could get to drugs as a teenager.
Yep. And I remember because I was living in Park City at the time, and I think I actually
Posh.
well now it is, yes, but at the time we just barely got cable, and then the only time you would see like Friday or Night Flight at that point was at that time frame.
Yeah.
And I remember some friends and I were watching the TV late at night, and
Yep.
it was Night Flight.
It was fantastic.
It would show those music videos and everything, and we were like, "Oh, I remember seeing this."
Lots of weird shit. A lot of Church of the Subgenius content in there.
Absolutely.
Punk rock. There was new wave theater. It was like just fucking great.
It was awesome, is what it was. But of course, I explained this to my nephews, and they're like, "What? You can't do that on a channel on YouTube?" It didn't exist at that
YouTube
time.
was not a thing.
No, not on that era. No.
It eventually gave way to Up All Night, the
Yes.
shitty movie blocks on Friday nights on USA Network. First hosted by, I can't remember her name. She was really funny, but then along came Rhonda Shear, and you can find that on YouTube. A lot of that.
Now, when did Joe Bob Briggs start to?
That was a different thing. That was
yeah, but it was kind of along that same.
it was in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what channel Joe Bob Briggs was on, but now he's on Shudder.
Yeah. But it's kind of along those lines, kids. It's like Friday or Night Flight begat that. Up All Night begat that, and then it begat the Joe Bob Briggs.
Yeah, so the app is out there. It's Night Flight, and it costs like a couple bucks a month, and it's got a shit ton of stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than I expected.
Yeah. Well, which does bring up the question then. Are you still up with your subscriptions on your Hulu, on your Paramount, on your...
Well, CableTV.com is.
Okay. So...
I'm not paying for them. The Jorb is.
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
No, and I'm bringing this up because we talked a little bit about the writer's strike. We're talking about the actor's strike.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, you don't have to pay a fucking dime for that shit.
Right.
I kind of do just because I like to keep up with you and go, oh, this is the thing. Okay. Or, oh, yeah, that's the thing as well.
So if you're wondering if there's going to be anything new to watch on these services you're paying for, well, Netflix is probably never going to run out of stuff because they do a lot of international programming.
Which brings us to the point. Now, I've been reading I've been surfing on the various platforms, and they're talking about maybe canceling the subscription, maybe sending a message to to your David Zaslav, to Bob Iger, and the like.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah. So if you were to cancel that subscription en masse and say, oh, hey, we're not paying for your shit because we want to support.
This is what Charisma Carpenter is saying out there.
Okay.
Charisma Carpenter, she of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel and various other things. She's out there outright saying, cancel your fucking subscriptions.
Yeah.
Send a message.
Yeah. Which I was going to do probably after Reservation Dogs. I was going to.
Oh yeah, the final season.
Yeah.
Aww.
So, I was going to resubscribe to Netflix just for The Witcher, but then it's like, nope, can't do it right now. So, real sorry, Henry Cavill. I hope you understand.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. But it does bring us to the other part of not just the writer's strike, but also now that SAG's involved right there. I'm just going to read this from this guy. He's the PR guy for National Wrestling Alliance, among other things. His name's Mark Kriskal. I just want to read this. He posted this on his Facebook, and I just want to read this out loud. He said, quote, "Here's some free unsolicited advice for the SAG-AFTRA PR team. Just like a baseball or a football strike, 99% of the people in the U.S. see this as billionaires versus millionaires, don't give a shit, and laugh at their little pissing contest," which is true. Get people who are relatable interviewed. Folks who are fortunate to get a principal role now and again. Background actors, crew members, catering people, etc. Not stars whose lifestyles are all over the media and who make more money taking a fee than their fans make in a year.
Well, the thing is that the entire economy of Southern California doesn't just affect writers and actors. It affects caterers and all the companies, all the local businesses that work with these productions. This is going to spread. It's not just actors versus billionaires.
Yeah,
there's a lot more going on there.
Well, and there's and I've been seeing this on the platforms. I don't know if you have as well. It's like there's talk about like other union workers joining up in arms with these groups. And I was kind of scrolling through on things like the Instagram. I think there's only one spokesperson that can really speak to all the people involved. Just hear me out here. We need to have Sean Gunn involved. That's right.
Really?
James Gunn's brother.
Yeah. I saw him talking about, I still barely made a dime from Gilmore Girls.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, and he is the perfect everyday man. I mean, he was Cragmore in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He was also in Firefly, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
He was also Calendar Man in Suicide Squad.
See, if you saw this guy, you would recognize him.
Yeah.
You would know who he is.
Or maybe you didn't, and now we're just going, aha, here he is, there.
He's that guy.
Have him be your spokesman, because he is, honest to God, the everyday man or the everyday actor that has struggled, and now he's starting to make a living. Granted,
somewhat of a living, yes.
Yeah. Now, granted, he may have a little bit of cachet with his brother James being a part of not just the Marvel universe, but also the DC universe. And even I think I saw it the other day, or maybe today. He was kind of bashing Bob Iger, going, "Hey, you didn't really do us any fucking favors, and you didn't do my brother any favors when you kind of canned him." And
yeah.
So, honestly, we need guys like Sean or somebody at his level speaking more to these things. So.
Yep.
And mostly, and I realize our TV Tan fans, all the half dozen of you that are still left.
Hanging on by a thread.
We're not on threads yet.
Just dangling off that plateau.
Just by a fingernail, let's be honest here. But this might be, if this strike goes on as long as it is, it might be a pivot, because seriously, here, and I'm being honest when I say this, what would you rather talk about here? The fact that there is a gap between the haves and the have-nots, or do we really want to talk about the latest reality show? I know what I'd rather fucking talk about.
I'm probably going to have actually a lot of fun bashing every one of these reality shows.
Oh, you're going to have that fun?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Do I need to have that fun too? And here's a bigger question. How much alcohol is involved in this? Because, honest to God, this is going to send me over the edge.
Probably a lot of alcohol is going to be involved.
Okay. So with that said, we're just performance artists, Your Honor.
But think of it. At least we have some new Futurama to look forward to, dropping on the 24th.
Because it had already been done
Yep.
prior to all this. When is it happening again?
July 24th, Monday on Hulu.
Okay.
For us here in Utah, Pioneer Day weekend.
No,
Pioneer Day.
No. Pie and beer.
Fire and beer, yes.
Beer.
Yep.
That's the kicker right there. Which I kind of did in Sacramento over 4th of July weekend. I pre-gamed earlier. And I did this the same way I do with any parade. Find a bar with a patio along the parade route. And, you have to have a lot of beer involved to drink through.
Yeah.
Because it's important to stay hydrated, kids.
Yes.
And you just
There's water in beer.
Yes. And you got to keep on drinking until the parade is over. So thank you for coming to my Tom Talk, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. On that note, we're going to say goodnight, America. I think we've given you some stuff to watch harder already.
But before we do that, we do need to thank our fine sponsor here, and that would be Outlaw Distillery.
Oh, yeah.
For giving us the vanilla bean rum here in these vanilla Cokes of a sort. But we also need to thank our other fine sponsors. That would be Sugar House Distillery. We also need to thank Outlaw Distillery, the fine purveyors of the Five Wives, Five Husbands vodka, the Madame Patarini gin. Let's see. They also got the Porter's Fire, the Porter's Peanut Butter Whiskey. They also have cans. So if you don't want to be a basic bitch, you know who you are. I would say go to Ogden, get those cans, or, if you have to be in the Utah area, go to your local liquor store, get those cans like the, what was the thing you were a fan of? The Porter's Peach and Tea Whiskey.
That's a good one. I like the Huckleberry Lemonade as well.
Because summertime and this hellscape. And, of course, if you want to, if you need to have that beer, I like beer. Okay there, Mr. Kavanaugh. We will get you some from courtesy of Bohemian Brewery. They got lots of beer over there. In fact, I was over at our office, and by our office I was talking about Broovies, watching Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Oh, man, we should have talked about that a little bit.
Well, we'll talk about that more next week here. I'm still digesting the movie.
Okay, fine.
And of course, that's a great way to enjoy summer. Just watch Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning with a little bit of the Bohemian Czech Pilsner. And of course, if you need to mix at home, and you should, just go to Ivy's store. That's Booze Teak in downtown Salt Lake. They got all kinds of glassware. They got all kinds of things to mix up a cocktail. Which reminds me, I need to get some martini glasses here.
Yes.
And of course, that is a place where you could also get non-alcoholic drinks because you want to be social, but you also want to have some brain cells, as opposed to me.
Just some brain cells.
Just a tidbit.
You don't need all of them.
Yeah, especially if we're going to be talking about reality shows. Ew. So either way, just say hi to those sponsors. And more importantly, get a t-shirt from us. The TV Tan Podcast t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not wearing it. Neither is Mr. Frost right now. But we have them in stock here. Why aren't we wearing them? Yeah, it's kind of lame to wear your own merch. But it's not lame for you to wear our merch, especially if you pay $15 US. Just send us an email right now. It's tv10podcast@gmail.com. Put in the subject line, T-shirt me now. That's all you need to do. Just put in your name, your address, your shirt size, and if you Venmo or if you PayPal, no other crypto. We will not accept crypto. Why are you doing this to us? Fuck off with your crypto. Just those things that are legitimate. Because we need money. You need a t-shirt to be cool for the rest of the summer.
Also, I want you to look for myself and Tommy Milagro on Threads. Let's see what we can get happening over there.
Yeah. What's your handle on Threads?
Bill Frost SLC.
And I'm just Tommy Milagro. We're trying to work on TV10 Podcast being on Threads, but,
It's a thing.
It's
a process.
It's still new. And but more importantly, Twitter is not going to be a thing.
I'm riding it till the end. I just can't wait for it to fucking die.
I'm just watching Nero fiddle until the whole fucking thing burns down. That's my joy right now.
The whole ad feed thing is now just like, oh, this shit wouldn't even make it onto late night infomercials.
It's a wonderful thing right there. But one last thing before we go, what are you watching harder right now, sir?
Oh, well, I'm watching the Secret Invasion, sticking with that.
Okay.
I am keeping up with, of course, the Righteous Gemstones.
Same here.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that is just the best.
It's the new Succession. It totally is.
It's the funniest Succession ever.
Yes. Also, I'm trying to get my list tracker up here.
Well,
because I need a tracker to keep track my shows.
Well, while you're pulling that up, I've been, since I got back from Sacramento, I've been catching up on Jack Ryan on Prime Video.
All right.
Fucking good. Although Michael Pena as a badass, that's a bit of a hard sell.
I am liking the second season of Secrets of Playboy. There's even more shit that went down.
More fuckery?
Yeah, meanwhile, Secrets of Miss America is going to... It can't compare to Secrets of Playboy.
No. What can compare after Jim Brown getting physical in the grotto? Not the way you were thinking, kids. So...
Also, Platonic on Apple TV Plus wrapped up.
Oh.
It wrapped up pretty definitively in that it's like, yeah, we don't expect to do another season.
Okay.
So maybe don't expect that. But the first season they did is very good.
What about Silo? I know
Silo, yeah, it's basically Vertical Snowpiercer, but I'll watch it if and when it comes back.
Okay. I'm going to also say Dark Side of Wrestling is something you need to watch a little harder, especially after the last episode on the rise and fall of Adrian Adonis. That's a good one right there. Superman and Lois has been pretty good and pretty on point.
Of course, I must mention we're coming up on the series finale here this week. Mayans.
Yeah.
Had a little appearance by Wendy.
Yep.
Drea De Matteo showed up. Yeah, my ex used to be in a club. I'd rather not say which one.
Which club was he in? I don't know if they're cool with you, so...
Good call there, Wendy.
Very good call right there. Mm-hmm. But, in the last episode,
I'd forgotten who did and did not get out of Sons of Anarchy alive. I'd forgotten that Wendy did.
Yeah, Wendy got out alive. That much I remember.
Yeah.
Tig got out alive, kind of. Chibs.
Maybe? Did he?
Yeah, he did. Well, he pretty much was the president after Jax.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So basically, anything that was kind of sunshiny with the Sons of Anarchy, don't expect the same thing. And Edward James Olmos, also spoiler and tragedy. He didn't make it out alive. But CM Punk kind of made it out alive. He's getting the help that he needs after Gilly just said, "You need some help, brother." So,
okay, I'm going to say it again. Now we get the fuck out of here.
Now, is this the time that we need to head out here?
Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here now.
Okay. Well, it's been, but I'm enjoying this wonderful vanilla rum. Oh yeah, that's right. The police are after me. So in that case,
if we want to go any longer, we're gonna have to create a Patreon.
Do we need to create that at this point?
I don't think anyone would give a fuck.
But we got the teddy bear natty cams. So our Draconium sponsors, they're only contributing, what was it again? 1 cent? So maybe we should consider Patreon at some point.
Yeah, but that would mean extra work.
Yeah, that is a
Mostly
problem.
for me.
Yeah, that is the other problem, since we don't have a real producer here.
I can look into it, but I don't think anyone would be interested in paying for this, except for the local liquor companies that we've duped.
Not duped. Not duped. Sponsored. Sponsored. Remember that word. But until that time, good night, America.
All right.
Wait.
That's my
your
line. Now do your line.
Well, then, yes, you jiggle that handle, because as we say at What We Do in the Shadows, you there, boy. Off you fuck.
It's only me and my TV
Storms battering the coast, tornadoes, blizzards, rain, women in bikinis, floods. If we keep discussing climate change at such an alarming rate, scientists predict the world's stock of weather footage will be exhausted by 2050. But not everyone thinks climate change is real. This hot topic has split the science community straight down the middle, 90-10. To hear both sides of this debate once and for all, I found one climate expert. Good afternoon. What are you?
My name's Andy Watson. I'm a marine, atmospheric and climate scientist.
How does weather actually work? And if you could make it snappy, because it's going to be on iPlayer.
Well,